Got ourselves Boris over for the team to right. It goes to Shadow Priest. He's not going to be first up. Instead, Chupils is going to be taking center stage versus Void Queen. A bit of a rematch for him. Or not a rematch, but another chance to go first is going to be Chupils. Lynchborning out of that fear, trying to see if he can land an interrupt into a double stun onto Void. Immediate disperse, seeing the Rider, seeing the full burst, full frontal damage out of the Frosty DK. Decided that's going to be my big defensive. But even then, still continues to get chipped away. Those blitz don't stop into another interrupt. I think it's just lights. I think Chupils did not even give you a chance into a silence right after. Did not give you a moment to catch your breath to figure out what the hell is happening. It just snowballed you and just let that snowball keep building into a massive avalanche. Just absolute savagery, dude. With the riders and everything, it's a lot of damage. Trying to go for a quick stun. Chupils still mounted. Able to see if he can swing around the corner. Is that just normal mounted? I thought it was, yeah, there we go. That's the summon mount. But that other one was just normal mount. With the reflect now for Coda, Chupils, I would take it a little bit easy. Does summon a ghoul just to sacrifice him, squeezing it for all his life, just like squeezing it like a. I was gonna say like a lemon, but who the hell drinks lemon? I guess there's lemonade, isn't it? I guess there is lemonade. I was about to say something dumb, and then I just had to correct myself. IBM out of that stun does get a grip onto Conan. He doesn't have a lot of damage to work with. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of healing, but fighting against a Fury Warrior, not the way to go, I think. I think the Warrior just has way too much sustain compared to Chills, which is basically all burst. Does get himself a first aid last second. No bleed. Waiting out for Conan. Squeezing out the most he can out of that heal. What's the cooldown on that bandage, by the way? Is that a minute? If it's a minute, it might as well use it now to get as much healing. Does avoid Conan's leap. He does have big go potentially. Stun out of Conan. An opportunity for the Warrior to make a big play. Into a Blaster. Chupils has nowhere to go. Oh my god. Oopsie daisy is right. That is just so much damage. Yeah, fighting against a Warrior, whether they have burst or no burst, it's just a lot. It's just too much, man. With Sarah going to be up right next around the corner. Wailing arrow to Conan immediately. Trying to go for aim shots. Needs to go for rapid fires. Knowing that the guy's going to round the bend. As soon as you round the bend, you got to make sure you get around it, man. You got to get around it as soon as possible. Sarah trying to get an angle, but his cooldowns are just gone. True shot absolutely wasted by the looks of it. And Conan trying to get himself a bit of that second wind healing. Just denying Sorrow from being able to attack. Second wind kicking in? Are you not ready, second wind? Oh, there it is. I was going to say for a second. Like, was there a dot on you? Was it just like a black arrow together with the wailing arrow in the opener? It might have been. Is going to go for a disengaged Warrior, locking him down in a quick stun. Got us some big damage. Human Rachel to follow rapid fire, but I don't really know. Might just have to go for turtle everything. I don't think it matters all that a moment. Conan, the Hunter did press a wall, hoping that maybe it'll be enough. Maybe I can get himself a bit of healing. They do have the talent that allows them when you wall, you get a partial exhilaration, and when you exhale, you get like a wall for a few seconds, which actually is getting nerfed, by the way. Actually getting a bit of more nerf. Definitely, as soon as you get low, if you, and there's a lot of hunters right now that I noticed that are pressing wall, but they're like holding a turtle until the very last moment. But like, if they got cooldowns and you're just like, you know what, I could wall this and maybe possibly die, or turtle and guarantee no die, you might actually just have to start running turtles. You have so many good defenses now to work with. Big bites out of the feral. There's nothing a warrior can do in that situation. Like a warrior versus a death knight, you have more sustained damage than a DK. You have a counter. And then you have the Feral Druid that can just sink all those bleeds through the Warrior's plated armor. Not that Conan's running too much armor based on his Mog. And it just absolutely sinks right through you. Big burst onto the Feral Druid. Starclaws surrounded by the wolves standing next to the totem. That's a lot of opportunity damage for Chicago. Big bites follow through either way though. Chicago getting super low to use the defensive. It's going to be Nick Foxy beat him every yet again. Thank you so much, my guy. Big burst out for Chicago. Got some big defensive them with the shield stone bulwark. The Starclaws just trying to see if you can fight through it. Out of defenses. Chicago looking to maybe go on the offensive themselves, but the shielding them is just getting absolutely ripped apart by the bleeds. Knows that Ursul's going to just move him. He's just going to stand next to catch up a little bit of healing. Wait out the Ursul completely. The Starclaw's looking for a reset, but the Earthy Elemental will not let it happen. The Unique Foxy, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate you. Can we get some appreciation for Unique Foxy? Appreciate you, my guy. Into a lasso. Starclaws with a Sunder. Chicago catching the quick stunner. Big totem, big Sunder. And they're about to make the totem build, by the way, even better than it is right now. And it's pretty solid. For PvP, at the very least, it's getting some play. But in PvE and everywhere, really, they're about to make it even better. Big Void Torn for Boris. Are you playing Archon? You are Archon. Seeing the Halo go out and in. Is that Halo hitting Chicago while they're behind the pillar? Because that Halo does a decent bit of damage. Plus those Mindflay Insanities are juiced. Chicago just taking those Mindflay Insanities to the face and is going for as much self-healing in order to survive it. Knowing that Boris got a bunch of bursts, Chicago just seeing about what if they just live the burst of the Shadow Priest? Just survive. Just live it. And then fight him mana to mana. As long as you get a kick, that could be huge. Interrupt, it is very, very short. That is the heals available for Boris. Does not have a lot of his healing tied to his damage though, so you can just heal whenever he needs to as long as he doesn't get a kick. He gets a bit of recovery, 26% dampening, let him stay alive for a little longer. Silence on Chicago, kind of detrimental, does get a kick, and it's just a very, very short lockout though. And Chicago needs a bit more damage, fear to follow. Boris able to recover a decent bit of health right now. But Chicago is put in a weird position. They don't have a line of sight. They need to juke over to a pillar. Picked up a little bit of health. I don't even know where that came from. Halo to follow. Trying not to get interrupted. That is going to be sundered for a moment. Boris with a fade. He just needs himself a bit of damage. Disperse. He wanted for a holy cast, knowing that he's going to get interrupted, just to make sure he could get a disperse. Just trying to see if he could bait a kick out of Chicago. Okay, I got a disperse. Let me see if I can get a couple of heals. Will you interrupt? Will you not interrupt? No, you don't have a kick for a while. Maybe I can make someone work. Void Operation to reposition completely. And needs to get himself some kind of a big go. I think just waiting out for the Void form. Big burst out of Boris. Big setup for Chicago. Maybe this will be enough. Boris trying to go for as much healing as possible. Does get himself a crash, but Chicago taking him out. And there's only one more to go. Kineric, does he get the opener? Does land the opener. Totem almost pulsed on him to get him out of stealth. Chicago immediately going for a wall here. Ghost rules are available. Plenty of Maelstrom fuel in you. Could be used to do damage or healing. And Chicago is going for a ton of healing to fight the Kineric. Wall out of the Feral Druid really early. So Chicago no longer has to worry about a big defensive of the Kineric because it's big and defensive right now. The most he can do right now is Heart of the Wild, Bear Form, heal, but he has to back away and go behind the pillar for it. Bark Skin is going to be helpful, but it's not an end-all be-all defensive. So for Chicago, that's an opportunity right here. Solid opportunity to not only take out one Feral, but a second one, as well as a Priest. Got himself Bulwark. Bulwark Totem being up right now is perfect. That's going to help you with the damage taken. You can just stay on the aggression for a good bit. Got himself Totems pulsating with the sun to catch a Kineric. Barson is available. He needs Heart of the Wild. Main for a second. Chicago might be okay. I think mostly okay. Bulwark Totem still refreshing shields on you, which is helpful. That bleed damage that you can refresh, that'll help. Any kind of refresh and any kind of bleed damage that can be redirected from your health bar helps a ton, and that totem continuing to pump shields on you. Even a little bit with 39% dampening, still solid enough. It can never could be under a lot of trouble. Heart of the Wild, a bear form. He hasn't played super defensively. He cannot get on the aggression versus Chicago if he's going around Heart of the Wild healing. Main with Chicago. Knock back for a second. Do you play defensive? Playing defensive. Chicago catches him in the last. I think it's over. Unless, oh, he left. Oh. I honestly thought maybe you will be able to live it, but he left last second. It's like, oh, I'm probably dead. Bounce. Yeah, that should have been another tally for Chicago. Well, it's going to be only 2 kills captured, but I think that last one should count over Chicago. Man, that was good. Well done. Let's get us another one going, boys.